Yesterday in the Dáil you spoke of the case of Sean Meehan from County Tipperary who is facing eviction from his log cabin or imprisonment, you said. Can you tell us a little bit about Mr Meehan?
I can. A 65-year-old proud Tipperary man. Didn't go to the state to house him. They had a home, him and his wife and family, but unfortunately a separation, and that happens. They had an amicable separation. He went and bought a couple of acres of land, put a mobile home in it, and built a lovely log cabin around it. It's very cosy, tidy, and it's warm. And he went for planning, didn't get it. He went for planning retention, was refused by Tipperary County Council. But worse than that, they brought enforcement proceedings, and they've gone so far now that he's actually sentenced at this time to, the 4th of April, to be back in court, and if he doesn't have the log cabin removed, his home removed, he has to go to bring his bag. He has to go to Limerick prison to serve a sentence. And the judge has also stated that the council will then remove his home or hire somebody to do it, and he'd have to pay the bill. Just imagine, in a severe, massive housing crisis, and there are thousands of Sean Meehans around the country who are living in log cabins and living in mobile homes because they can't afford to even get a deposit for a house. And he's going to be thrown in. And when we can build, I think, a couple of hundred log or some kind of cabins in a place in Kildare down the road, I forget the name of the village, and they're putting in all these pods and without planning. And we have this man here. I have another 7 or 8 people in Tipperary under the same situation, under enforcement. I brought private members' legislation with Cal Nolan and my colleagues to the Dáil to have a moratorium. The Minister for Housing to sign a moratorium, to sign a statutory instrument to give a moratorium for at least 5 years for the people who have log cabins, and to allow them then, after 5 years, to regularise them, in order to get maybe 10,000 people off the housing list, at least. Because they can put them behind their houses, and there are in many cases very comfortable, very well blended in aesthetically with the area, provided they're not a hindrance to sight distance or view. It's an alternative to deal with this housing crisis. I believe this government do not want to sort out the housing crisis. There's something very sinister going on. If they didn't, would they be putting Sean Meehan to jail, and would they be demolishing his house? He didn't ask the state to house him, he housed himself. He's one choice now if this doesn't resolve, and hopefully we will get a resolution. We're working very hard behind the scenes. His only choice is, if they knock that, he comes out of prison, he'd have to sleep under the main guard in Clonmel with other homeless people. It's a disaster. It's a road of fáilte con sin in modern Ireland in 2024, and we have an open borders inviting everybody else in and housing them.